Hello students, welcome to the class. My name is Vikas Tiwari and today we will learn indefinite integration. So we have just finished our differentiation chapter and differentiation and its applications. Calculus is broadly divided into two parts. One is differentiation calculus and other one is integration calculus. So in integration there are broadly two chapters. One is indefinite integration and other one is definite integration. So today we are learning indefinite integration. So when we talk about the indefinite integration, the question comes, what is integration? So integration is defined into two sense. In the first one, as a reverse process of differentiation. So integration is also defined as a reverse process of differentiation, and it is also defined as continuous summation process. The first one, where we did integration as a reverse process of differentiation, it is called indefinite integration. And here where we read it as a continuous summation, it is called definite integration. So what we do in indefinite integration, basically in indefinite integration we are just doing what we did in differentiation. We are doing reverse of that. That means there we find, like, if what was the differentiation of x square? d by dx of x square. What was the differentiation of x square? It was 2x. So reverse process means that integration of 2x is x square. Okay. Now what we understand by the continuous summation process? So basically integration is introduced to find the area of the plane. In the initial, when integration is introduced, it was introduced to find area of the plane, and there area of plane is find in the sense of an infinite series, sum of an infinite series. There we find the area of small parts, small rectangles, and we add them. So there is a infinite series, and that sum of infinite series is called integration. That is definite integration. Okay, but this is our next chapter, so we will learn this in next chapter. Today we are talking about indefinite integration. So as we have written here that indefinite integration is reverse process. Indefinite integration is reverse process. That means how can we write it? It is reverse process of differentiation. of differentiation. Or how can we say that? Let if we take a function gx, if there is a function gx and gx, differentiation of gx is fx and g dash of x is equal to fx. That means integration of fx means we are doing reverse process of differentiation. यदि gx का डिफरेंशिएशन करने पर हमें fx मिल रहा था, तो in the reverse process when we will integrate fx then we will get gx. Okay, that means integration of fx will be gx. Okay, so how can we write it symbolically? So like it is given that dy of dx is equal to fx. Gx का differentiation fx. That means this will imply that integration of fx is equal to gx. Integration of fx will be gx. This is the sign of integration. We will write it later. Okay. Now, what is the geometrical significance of this integration? Before that, let me understand. If it is given that differentiation of x square is 2x and we have defined indefinite integration, that means integration of 2x dx will be x square. Okay. Now let me take some another. If this is first, we take second and differentiate x square plus 1. Differentiate it. Like this is y equal to x square plus 1. Now if we differentiate it, y dash is equal to 2x. Okay. Now this will imply integration of 2x because integration of y, what is y? Differentiation of y, x square plus 1 is 2x. That means integration of 2x must be x square plus 1. Okay, so integration of 2x must be x square plus 1. But when we take in the first y equal to x square, then y dash was equal to 2x. If we take y equal to x square, y dash was equal to 2x. That means integration of 2x was x square. Here integration of 2x is x square plus 1. And if you take another one, like if we consider y equal to x square plus 10, then what will be the differentiation of it? Y dash is equal to x square 2x. And that means integration of 2x is equal to x square plus 10. Okay. So from here, actually if we take any arbitrary constant c, if we take y equal to x square plus c and we differentiate it, y dash equal to 2x. From here, it is implied that integration of 2x is equal to x square plus c. Now we can put any value in the place of c. It can be 1, 2 or 10, anything. But we will actually find the value of c with the help of some given condition. So from here, because integration of 2x is equal to x square plus c. So this one, when it is given to us that differentiation of gx is fx, then we can say that integration of fx will be gx. But if it is not given that differentiation of gx is equal to fx, only fx is given, and it has been asked that find the integration of fx, then what will be the integration of fx? In that sense, integration of fx will be gx plus c. Okay. तो इस तरह हम एक कांस्टेंट c का यूज करेंगे, और जब भी हमें किसी चीज का इंटीग्रेशन हम फाइंड करेंगे तो हम c को ऐड करेंगे। c को ऐड करने के बाद c की एक पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू निकालने के लिए हो सकता है वहाँ पे हमें कोई कंडीशन दी गई हो, उस कंडीशन की मदद से हम c की वैल्यू निकालेंगे और उससे हमें एक पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन मिलेगा जिसका डिफरेंस इज fx होगा। ओके, सो इन दिस व्हाट इज दिस? This is the symbol of integration. Okay. This fx जिसको हम इंटीग्रेट कर रहे हैं, that is called इंटीग्राल। Okay. And this dx, this tells us that with respect to which variable we are integrating. Okay, so this is the variable. In which respect we are integrating. What is this gx? This gx is called integral of fx. Okay, dx is integral of fx, or we also call it antiderivative because it is the reverse process of derivative. So we have to find antiderivative of fx. So gx is also antiderivative. And there is also one more word, primitive of fx. Okay, for integral gx we can use any word, like it is the integral of fx, or we can say it is antiderivative of fx, or primitive of fx. Okay, so we will remember these notations. Now we will see what is the geometrical significance. What is the geometrical significance of integration? So like if it is given geometrical significance, like it is given fx is equal to fx is equal to 2x. Okay, now we are integrating fx, integration of 2x, and we know what is the integration of 2x. It is, we always use here dx, so that it tells with which respect to which variable we are integrating. So it is x square plus c. Okay. So what is basically x square plus c? If we see by the graph, c can be 0. So what is, if you remember the graph of x square, we have also read in the chapter function or in conic section. This is x square. Okay. This is y equal to x square. Now if we take y equal to x square plus 2, okay, it can go somewhere here. It is 0 2. This is y equal to x square plus 2. We can also take y equal to x square minus 1. This is 0 minus 1. This is the graph y equal to x square minus 1. So any one of them, if we integrate, we will find x square plus c. So if we want to find slope at any specific point, like if this is 1, this is x equal to 1, this is x axis, this is y axis. Now if you want to find tangent here, for slope we need to find tangent. Tangent will be something like that. Okay. And if we find here tangent, here will be tangent like something like that. Okay. And here also tangent will be like this. So if this is the tangent T1, this is tangent T2, this is T3, then we can see that T1, T2 and T3 all are parallel. But how can we see that? Means it may be that we have made some error in the graph. So we can find the slope by the differentiation. We know differentiation is the slope of tangent. So if we take y1 is equal to x square minus 1, okay, and then we differentiate it, y1 dash is equal to 2x. So y1 dash at x equal to 1, what is it? It is 2. Okay. Now if we take y2 equal to x square, and from here we want to find the slope of tangent at y2 at x equal to 1. So we will differentiate it, y2 dash at x equal to 1. So y2 dash will also give 2x, and when we put x equal to 1, so y2 dash is also 2. Okay, and similar for the, if we take y3 equal to x square plus 2, y2 dash at x equal to 1, what will be y2 dash? It will also be 2x, and when we put x equal to 1, so y2 dash will also give value 2. So means slope of all three are same. It is not like the slope of only these three curves are same. Slope of every function like x square plus c at x equal to 1 will give value 2. Slope means tan theta will be 2. Okay. So from here we can understand that the integral of a function is giving a family of curves for which slope of the tangent are same for the same value of x. So we can write geometrical significance. So we can write integration of a function fx will give a family of curves okay, a family of curves. And what is the property of family of curves? Tangent at any curve for a specific value of x is same, slope of the tangent. Integration of a function fx will give a family of curves for which slope of tangent is same for same value of x coordinate. ओके, बेसिकली x इक्वल टू 1 के लिए जो हमने किसी भी कर्व पे स्लोप निकाली वो स्लोप सेम आए, ऐसे ही हम x इक्वल टू 2 पे भी यदि स्लोप निकालेंगे किसी भी कर्व की x स्क्वायर प्लस c, इट कैन बी x स्क्वायर प्लस 1, x स्क्वायर प्लस 10 और x स्क्वायर प्लस 100. So slope will be same. And what will be the slope? Slope will be the value of fx at for that x. Okay. So we can write here, and slope of tangent is equal to the value of function fx for that same x. ओके, यानी कि x इक्वल टू 1 पे हमने स्लोप कैसे निकाली टेंजेंट, हमने इसका डिफरेंशिएशन किया, डिफरेंशिएशन करने पे आया क्या, fx ही तो आया. ओके, डिफरेंशिएशन करने पर जैसे हमने इसका x स्क्वायर माइनस 1 का डिफरेंशिएशन किया तो 2x ही तो आया, और 2x में हमने x की वैल्यू 1 रखी तो हमें स्लोप मिली. तो ये जो लास्ट लाइन है ये हमें यही बताया कि स्लोप ऑफ टेंजेंट इज इक्वल टू द वैल्यू ऑफ fx फॉर दैट सेम x. ओके, so we have read the definition of integration. What is integration? Integration is nothing but the reverse process of differentiation. Now from this definition we will find some important formula. We have enough knowledge of differentiation. Now some important formula. Now what is the differentiation of cos x? Differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. So what will be the differentiation of minus sin x? Integration. What will be the integration of minus sin x? Means we know if we differentiate cos x, it gives us minus sin x. So what will be the integration of sin x? Minus sin x, it will be cos x. And if we take the minus sign this side, we can take integration of minus sin x is cos x. So integration of sin x will be minus cos x. So from here, before that we should actually find the formula of, if we take the constant, what is the integration of k dx? This integration is kx plus c. We are using c for the same purpose we have. So if we differentiate it, what will we get? Differentiation of this will be k. So integration of k is kx plus c. Okay. Now the second formula is integration of x to the power n. So it is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. If we differentiate it, what will we get? X to the power n differentiation is n into x to the power n minus 1. Here x to the power is n plus 1. So if we will differentiate it, differentiation of c will be 0 and differentiation of this will be n plus 1 into x to the power n. N plus 1 will be cancelled out. So we will get the same x to the power n. So this is the reason integration of x to the power n is x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Now, what is the integration of 1 by x? So, what we remember about the differentiation of log mod x? Differentiation of log mod x was 1 by x. So, integration of 1 by x is log mod x. ln basically. ln mod x plus c. Now, if differentiation of 1 by x is integration of 1 by x is ln mod x. Now, if here will be n equal to minus 1. So, this will be same 1 by x. But it will not give the same value. So means in this formula n cannot be minus 1. Okay. Fourth. Now here we can find the integration of sin x. Integration of sin x is minus cos x plus c. Because if we will differentiate minus cos x, then it will give sin x. Okay. What is the integration of cos x? Integration of cos x is sin x. For the same reason, if we will differentiate sin x, then we will get cos x. Sin x cos x. What is the differentiation of tan x? Differentiation of tan x is sec square x. So what will be the integration of sec square x? It will be tan x. Okay. Now, in the similar manner we can take cot square x. So, not cot, actually cosec. So, what is the differentiation of cot x? Remember, differentiation of cot x was minus cosec square x. So, the integration of cosec square x will be minus cot x. Okay. In the similar manner, integration of sec x into tan x. What was the differentiation of sec x? Differentiation of sec x was sec x into tan x. So integration of sec x into tan x will be sec x. Sec x plus c. Now, similar to this, what will be the integration of cosec x dot cot x? It will be minus cosec x. Okay, what is the differentiation of cosec x? It is minus cosec x into cot x. So, if we take minus sign before, then minus will cancel out. Okay. Now, what are other formulas here? We know what is the differentiation of sin inverse x. So, differentiation of sin inverse x is 1 by 1 minus x square under. That means integration of 1 by 1 minus x square under root will be sin inverse x. Or we can also write minus cos inverse x plus c. Okay. What is the integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? Differentiation of tan inverse was tan inverse x differentiation was 1 by 1 plus x square. So integration of 1 by 1 plus x square will be tan inverse x. We can also use cot inverse x. Minus cot inverse x plus c. Okay. One by x square minus 1 under. Okay. What is the differentiation of sec inverse x? Differentiation of sec inverse x was 1 by mod of x square minus 1 under root. So integration of this will be sec inverse x plus c, or we can also use cosec inverse x plus c. Okay. So here are some formulas. Or we can also remember the integration of a to the power x dx. What was the differentiation if it is a to the power x divided by log a? If we differentiate it, a to the power x, what was the differentiation of a to the power x? It is a to the power x ln a. So ln a will cancel out, it will remain a to the power x. Now integration of e to the power x is also e to the power x plus c. So these are some formula. We just only use our definition that integration is the reverse process of differentiation. We have not till here we have not used any other concept of integration. Okay. So now we will see some theorems of integration. So when we integrate a of fx dx, we can actually, if a is a constant, we can take it out just like the differentiation fx dx. Okay. Now if there are more than one function plus or minus, like f1x plus minus f2x, so integration of this we can divide, take them, हम इनको अलग अलग ले सकते हैं, ठीक? इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ f1x dx, और we can write here plus minus integration of f2x dx. Okay. Now the third one is a very important property actually. Like if we have differentiated a function and then integrate it. Okay. Or we have integrated a function and then differentiate it. So we will get the same value. Okay. And that will be equal to f of x. So now we will see some examples how we can solve some question. So जब हम इंटीग्रेशन करते हैं तो हम कुछ बेसिक, पहले तो हम सिंपली, अभी तक हमने केवल फॉर्मूले ही पढ़े, कुछ एकदम बिल्कुल बेसिक फॉर्मूले याद है हमारे, और हम उन फॉर्मूलों का यूज करके इंटीग्रेशन कर सकते हैं। सो हमें करना क्या होगा कि हम किसी तरीके से सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे क्वेश्चन को और हम लाने की कोशिश करेंगे कि हमारा नॉर्मल ऐसा एक्सप्रेशन इस तरीके का है कि हम फॉर्मूलों का यूज कर सकें। ओके, सो नाउ वी विल सी सम एग्जांपल्स। एग्जांपल 1 is integrate 1 plus x if we take cube divided by another x dx. So till now we just know the formula of x to the, what is the integration of x to the power n sin x cos x and all that. So here what if we can put this in the form of x to the power n something terms plus minus, then we can हम इन्हें इस f1 प्लस माइनस f2 की मदद से तोड़ सकते हैं अलग अलग और फिर हम उनको अलग अलग इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं। सो what will we do here? We will just 1 plus x की पावर क्यूब का फॉर्मूला खोलो। It is 1 plus x cube plus 3x square plus 3x divided by root x. और फिर यहाँ पे x की पावर 1/2 है, हम सिंपली डिवाइड कर देंगे। मीन्स x to the power minus 1/2 plus x to the power 5/2 plus 3 x to the power 3/2 plus 3 x to the power 1/2 dx. Now we can integrate them 1/2. Okay. So what will be the integration of x to the power minus 1/2? It will be x to the power minus 1/2 plus 1 divided by minus 1/2 plus 1. That means x to the power 1/2 divided by 1/2 plus x to the power 5/2 plus 1 divided by 5/2. Similar to here, x to the power, here 5/2 was before, so 5/2 plus 1 will be 7/2. X to the power 7/2. Here x to the power 5/2 divided by 5/2 plus 3 into x to the power 3/2 by 3/2. We can just simplify it and get our answer. Now our second example is integration sec square x cosec square x dx. But इस तरह के एक्सप्रेशन का हम इंटीग्रेशन नहीं जानते, जो मल्टीप्लाई में अगर अलग अलग होते तो बहुत सिंपल निकल जाता है। सो हम इन्हें कैसे कर सकते हैं? हम इसे साइन कोस में तोड़ देते हैं। पहले 1/sin स्क्वायर एक्स इंटू कोस स्क्वायर एक्स dx. अब हम 1 को लिख सकते हैं sin स्क्वायर एक्स प्लस कोस स्क्वायर एक्स। बेसिकली हम करते क्या है, जब हम सिंप्लीफाई कर रहे होते हैं तो हम न्यूमरेटर को एक्सपेंड करने की कोशिश करते हैं। न्यूमरेटर को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक्सपेंड करेंगे और डिनोमिनेटर को कंस्ट्रेंट करेंगे और उससे फिर इसे अलग अलग तोड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे ताकि टर्म अलग अलग हो जाए। ओके, सो टर्म्स तभी अलग अलग होंगे जब हम न्यूमरेटर को छोटा से छोटा और न्यूमरेटर को बड़ा से बड़ा करें, तो फिर हम किसी तरीके से उन्हें अलग अलग करने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं। अब यहाँ से हमें अलग अलग कर लेते हैं। साइन स्क्वायर से साइन स्क्वायर कट जाएगा, यहाँ पे साइन स्क्वायर एक्स बच जाएगा और यहाँ पे cos स्क्वायर एक्स कट जाएगा तो साइन स्क्वायर एक्स बच जाएगा। सो इट विल बी साइन स्क्वायर एक्स प्लस cosec स्क्वायर एक्स। And now we know the formulas of integration of sec square x and integration of cosec square x. Here we forget c. C is very important. We will always remember that. Integration of sec square x is tan x, and integration of cosec square x is minus cot x plus c. Okay. So इस तरह हमने इसे इंटीग्रेशन निकाला. तो बेसिकली हमारे किसी भी इंटीग्रेशन को सॉल्व करने के लिए हमारे पास ब्रॉडली 4 कॉन्सेप्ट मेथड्स ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन. फर्स्ट वन इज सिंप्लीफिकेशन. हम उसको सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे. नॉर्मल अपने अलजेब्रिक फॉर्मूला यूज करेंगे, ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक यूज करेंगे, इनवर्स ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक यूज करेंगे और सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे. सेकंड वन इज सब्स्टिट्यूशन. जब हम सिंप्लीफाई नहीं कर पा रहे क्वेश्चंस को, तो उसमें कुछ टर्म्स को, जैसे हमने फिजिक्स में कई बार किया होगा, मैथ में भी किया होगा, तो कुछ टर्म्स को हम किसी दूसरे टर्म से सब्स्टिट्यूट कर लेते हैं. जो हमें प्रॉब्लम कर रहा होता है उसे सब्स्टिट्यूट कर लेते हैं और उसे एक मेथड से ऐसी फॉर्म में ले आते हैं जिसे हम इंटीग्रेट कर सकें आसानी से. ओके, सो सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड का आइडिया है. एंड आवर थर्ड मेथड इज इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स. बेसिकली इसमें जैसे हमारा डिफरेंशिएशन में एक फॉर्मूला था, डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ u इनटू e. जब दो फंक्शन मल्टीप्लाई में होते थे तो उनका डिफरेंशिएशन. सो इसी तरह यहाँ पे एक फॉर्मूला है, जब दो फंक्शन मल्टीप्लाई में है तो उनके इंटीग्रेशन का फॉर्मूला, दैट इज कॉल्ड इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स. सो वी कैन यूज दैट. एंड द फोर्थ वन इज पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन, नॉट पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन, that is called partial fraction. Partial fraction. So इसमें हम बेसिकली उनको अलग अलग टर्म्स में तोड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं. जब अलजेब्रिक फॉर्म में आता है कोई हमारा टर्म f(x/gx) के फॉर्म में, तो हम उसे अलग अलग लीनियर फैक्टर्स में या कुछ ऐसे फैक्टर्स में तोड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं, प्लस माइनस में, जिनका हम आसानी से इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं. ओके, तो आगे हमारे हैं, अभी हम पहले कुछ क्वेश्चन सिंप्लीफिकेशन से करेंगे, कुछ इस तरीके से सिंप्लीफाई कर फिर हम सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड पढ़ेंगे और फिर वन बाय वन आगे बढ़ेंगे. ओके, सो दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे. थैंक यू फॉर